Okay, I think everything is going at this point. Everything there looks good. Let's check over here on Twitch just to make sure. Just to make sure. That is wrong. Let's fix all of this. I gotta switch that, that, and that. There we go. All right. Let's put out some announcements. I just I'm having one of those days. It's been just a weird week, and if I didn't actually jump in here and start doing this, it wasn't going to happen. So we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants here for a moment, just while we get set up and do some stuff here. It's been a week, and I want to get some content sorted and situated and looked through and that sort of thing. So I apologize for not letting you guys know in advance that this was going to happen. It's been a day, man. It's been a few days. Like nothing bad. It's just this continuous onslaught of nonsense over the course of the past several days, and so yeah, I just want to do some stuff over here, and see if we can do some research about, and maybe I can I can get something accomplished if I've got enough other distractions going on, and that sort of thing. So hey, looks like perfect timing. Just about to finish work. That's amazing. Really glad to have you here. Tanmay, also thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. I am so far behind right now. I'm still trying to get stuff set up for the live stream. I've just gone as far as to like change the name of the live stream over here on YouTube, and oops, probably need to do this too, and Twitch. So Cold to Shoulder Media, spin up a new instance of my new Docker container. That'll be a good project. You're gonna have to like message me in Discord, or like just put it in the general chat. My brain is so scattered. Mr. Grey Wolf, thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. Alexia is also here. Thank you. Glad to see you here. Sorry, I've got like 3 different chat windows open. This one should eventually catch up and be everybody, but for some reason, Streamlabs ground control takes a minute to finally like catch up. So I'm doing some stuff over here. Zero Linux, thank you so much. That was really nice of you. Thank you for that $5 donation. That's awesome. I really appreciate you helping out with that. That's amazing. But says I am done with my home lab. Got a new 4G connection just for it. Will migrate to LXCs in due course. Thanks for the content. Well, that was very nice of you. I hope that goes well for you. Rainwave Discord, now playing Rainwave Game Radio. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what this project is. Let's drag this over to here. That's weird. All right, so I guess all of that looks fine. Let's jump over to my desktop. Hopefully that will show us what we're looking for there. So far, so good. I think, Tanmay, we're just hanging out, man. Okay. Before we get into this Rainwave Discord bot, we chatted. We were here. We did it. Oops, geez, sorry. We did a live stream Saturday, like we always try to do. And my goal originally was to do a live stream Monday. I'm trying to be more better about doing Saturday and Monday, or Saturday and Tuesday. So Friday we got some nasty weather. You couldn't tell by looking outside now, but Friday we got some nasty weather. And so the kid wasn't able to go do he doesn't go to school. He goes to therapy instead. I hate calling it therapy. Technically that's what it is, but it's his alternative to school given his So it was shut down Friday because of the weather. And normally Friday morning we drop him off to go do his thing, and then we go like do our grocery shopping and run some errands, that sort of thing. So we weren't able to do that Friday, so we switched that to Monday, kind of as our backup plan. And by the time I got home, there was so much going on and so many things I didn't get caught up on over the weekend that I wasn't going to do it Monday. So my plan was to do it Tuesday, and then there was this other fiasco that happened. That I was asked to help out with, which I was glad to help out with. I was glad that we were able to get it sorted, but that took a big chunk of the day as well. And by the time that was done, it was the kid was already home, and it wasn't going to work. And then last night the wife and I went out and we had a nice time together. And then this morning we dropped off the kid, and he's going through a phase right now. Apparently the documentation from the people that he sees every day dictates we're right on cue for this phase to happen again. He goes in these weird cycles of where he's just a real jerk about every 6 weeks, or sorry, about every, not 6 weeks, 60 days, where his mood flares up and he's just a real jerk to everyone around him. But we're working on that. I like day activities. I actually really dig that. So we dropped him off and we came home, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna do some research for a video to figure out what video, because I'm already days behind on everything. I was like, I'll just do some research and see if I can find a video to make. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do that, I may as well do the live stream and like get your guys' input and chat with you guys and that sort of thing. So I was like, all right, let's create a thumbnail for the live stream, right, to put on YouTube, because Twitch doesn't deal with that, but that's fine. So I open up Photoshop, and it's acting weird. It's being weird. Normally when you open Photoshop, it's like Photoshop in the background. There's this little pop-up window that happens, and the pop-up window didn't happen. I was like, okay, well, I went and found like a Photoshop. It's not even a template. It's an old Photoshop file that I was just going to repurpose to create a new thumbnail. So I went to open it, and Photoshop locked up, and I couldn't get it to close. I couldn't Alt F4. I opened up Task Manager, and it wouldn't close. Like, would not close Photoshop. So I hit the power button and held the power button on my laptop that I use out there, and I held it, and it wouldn't, even my computer wouldn't shut off. So I pressed and held it again for like 30 seconds before it finally shut off. So then I wait a second, I hit the power button again, it boots up. It takes like a full minute to boot up, which for that system is stupid. There's something, whatever, right? So I finally get it to boot back up. I'm like, screw it. I open up Photoshop again, and it opens up. I get the Photoshop file to open. I get the thumbnail created, and I go to export my new thumbnail, and it won't. It's now locked up again, and Task Manager won't even close it again. Like I open it up and I find the task, and I right click it and I say in task, and I right click it and I say in task, I right click it and I say in task, and it just will not kill the task. So I've been like, as I'm dealing with that nonsense, I'm also like tweeting it at Photoshop and Adobe, like, what is going on here? This is like, what is going on? And it was just like one thing after another, and I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna go deal with all of this. Possibly, Alexia, that's entirely possible. But here's the thing: It updated to a new Photoshop updated to a new version yesterday. And I think it was something went wrong with the update. But anyway, so I come out here and I'm just like, screw it, I'll just do it live, right? And so I come out and this light turns on, but this light doesn't. But before we even get to that, the blue light on my shelf behind me was white for some reason. None of the lights came on, so there's something wrong with my Home Assistant. So I managed to get everything working, so here we are. That's how my week has been for the last couple of days. I hope your days are going better. Tanmay, you're right. I've got a little bit of water here. I've also got some coffee, which I know isn't necessarily hydrating, but it will keep my throat from being gross. So So that, dude, I really did get hit by Murphy's Law. You're 100% right. Like, and it happens every once in a while. Like, not often, but every once in a while, man. It's like everything that can go wrong does. And as strange as this sounds, I knew coming here and just venting for a minute to get it out of my system, and chatting with you guys allows the other stuff in the back of my brain to settle down, and kind of work out some of that stuff. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. I've been working on setting up the new Unify stuff. My brain went completely blank there. I had to look at the box behind me. I've been working on the new Unify stuff, and that's been a lot of fun. I've been really, really enjoying that. Alexi says, my week is not much better. One word is way too... too much for the team. I hate it when that happens. Week's been good. Successfully completed day 1 of my 2-day fast. That's awesome. I haven't done a true fast in a really long time. It's been more than a decade. I did a week. I did a week fast once, and by like day 4, I was real cranky. I was hungry. I felt like garbage. And then like day 5, I woke up and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I finished out the week, and I dropped a bunch of weight, and I was doing it for all the wrong reasons. Like the whole thing was, like I got kind of pulled into this energy cleansing health drink stuff. So I like, and look, it did a really good job. Financially it wasn't feasible. Because it was like supposed to be a supplement to your regular, your new way of life, your new thing. And it was like, in addition to eating cleaner, better food, which we all should be doing anyway, it was going to cost me like $400 or $500 a month for these supplement drinks and that sort of thing. It's a religious thing due to the holiday changes. Or the seasonal changes. That's awesome. Like I've always had a lot of respect for people that stick to those kinds of things. I know it's tough, and I know, but I know that there's a lot of good intent behind it, and I really admire that. Mr. Grey Wolf says, we're here for you. I super appreciate that. Good morning, chat. Grumble something about still being too early, still sipping my first cup of Joe. Yeah, same. I'm almost done with my first cup, and it's like 10:22 in the morning on Wednesday. Jan, thank you so much for the donation. That was really nice of you. Super appreciate that. That's very, very nice of you. So yeah. So anyway, everything seems to be working. I'm guessing with the way you guys are participating, the audio still sounds okay. Hopefully there's still no popping or cracking. I really do think that it was an issue with the Focusrite. I don't know if it's the Focusrite or the connection between the two, or if it's an issue with the USB port, because I've tried multiple USB ports, and I've tried multiple USB cables, and I've updated drivers, and I've done, anyway, audio's good so far. That's awesome. Frank, hello, thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. Alexi says, my workday just finished 90 days ago. Tanmay says everything is good. Audio's good on Twitch too. Awesome. Let me see. Let me make sure that I haven't missed anything here. Okay, we're all caught up there. Do you know if there are any apps out there that let you pull everything down from your cloud accounts down to your own server? I can do it manually, but that's boring. The only popping and cracking here is my back and my knee. Yeah, dude, I hear you. Getting old socks. Cody, that's actually a good question. Let's look at that actually. Now, are you wanting to like pull it down to like to a NAS or like where are you trying to download it from? Because we've got a start point, we need an end point. I guess is the hold up on being able to actually answer that question. So yeah, if you can tell me where we're trying to get it, we might be able to get you there. Aside from that, I don't know. Those cloud providers like to break tools because all their data is in their systems. That's absolutely true. Let me think. Oh, okay. Well, Cody, sorry, JD was JD, comma. Cody was asking if there's any way to like download all of their stuff from their different cloud accounts. Oops, if I could spell sync. Maybe SyncThing. SyncThing might be able to. Is a free open source peer-to-peer synchronization. It can sync to local network and devices on the internet. Maybe not. Maybe not SyncThing. Let's see. Let's just try sync files between. Let's call it iCloud and NAS, just as an example. Yeah. Let's see. We're just gonna start here real quick. If I can push that button. That's not helpful. That's writing a script. This is how I do it. I use the Synology drive in my documents folder. I use the same document folder for iCloud on my Mac. That would work. You could, yeah. I mean, you could point. You could do something like this. This might work for you. Let me actually zoom in on that so you can see it. I'll share this in the chat. Let's see. I think you're over here. Cody. Yeah. Let's do this at Cody Fisher. That might be a good starting point. I think I've actually done it that way before. Whether it's Synology or not, the principle is still the same. I think that might. Yeah, my first thought was SyncThing as well. But Peter says hello from Canada. Sadly, I won't be able to stick around for today's live stream. The wife and I have errands to run. Enjoy the presentation to catch the replay. Thanks for stopping by, saying hi. Appreciate it, Peter. Super appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah. So, yeah, that's hopefully that's helpful. I don't know if it will be or not, but hopefully it is. Make sure I haven't missed anything over here. Just trying to. Oh, that's actually there. Oh, crap, close that. That's fine. It's all good. We missed all the same thing. Doing most well over here. Over caffeinated for a change. Resilio will work too, huh? That's good to know. Let me see. Resilio. Oh yeah, there you go. Resilio might also work for you. So that's good. Yeah, desktop is tiny on mobile. Yeah, I apologize. I can zoom in a little bit, but like if I zoom in too much, then it blows apart even for me locally, and I gotta find that balance. I apologize. That is one of the issues one of the issues that I keep encountering with my genre of content or whatever. I mean, I guess I could full screen it. I don't know if that's gonna help much though. Is that if there's text, we're seeing info outside the window. Mobile screens are small. Can't really do much with that. Yeah. So anyway, way better. All right, cool. NightHawk says hello. Glad to have you here, dude. PMX is way better. Are you on ultra wide screen? I'm not. I'm on a 4K screen, but I've got it down to 1080p. So I meant thumbs up. Sorry. I was about to be a little offended. I'm glad you clarified. No worries, man. Stuff happens. So anyway, yeah, Resilio. That's interesting. This person's saying, well, why do you still use it? Oh, autofill. That's funny. Compared to SyncThing, Resilio Sync is heaven on earth. It works. It's fast. Has a nice UI. Works on my 3 Windows PC, my 2 Android devices, and my Synology NAS. So I'm sticking to it. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, Resilio might also work for you. No, not Cody Fisher. No, damn it. Oh, come on. Work with me here, Cody. There. That might also help. Ooh, my voice just went weird. Hopefully that'll help. So, yeah. Let's take a look over here. This was shared. Rainwave Discord bot. It's a self-hostable Discord bot that allows music from Rainwave CC streams to be played in voice channels. It uses Discord Pi API wrapper and Python Rainwave client. The appearance of messages and functionality of the bot are configurable. Huh. That's fun. The Discord server. Okay, we've got this. I've never even heard of Rainwave outside of this. I feel like I've looked at this. I feel like you've shared this with me before. We're just gonna go over here to rain.wave or rainwave.cc. Yeah, I don't know about I don't know about the copyright status of some of this stuff. Now playing, interesting. Yeah, and I don't want to get hit with a copyright on this because like here's the problem, right? And I think we've talked about this in the past. And I kind of hate to keep harping on it, but the mods on YouTube are stupid. And I know that's a big generalization, but for the most part, when it comes to tech stuff, the mods on YouTube are stupid. And they will see a word, or they'll see part of a word, or they'll think they have an understanding of what's going on, and they'll miss the point entirely, and they will then flag a piece of content, or they'll hit a creator with a copyright violation, or they'll hit them with a community guideline strike, and it's hard to. It honestly makes the job of creators more difficult when we're having to deal with the ignorance. I think maybe ignorance better than stupid. Stupid is knowing and still doing the wrong thing or going against what you know. Ignorant is just not knowing. Maybe ignorant is the better word. But ignorant has a negative connotation to it because it's been used so incorrectly for so long. So due to the ignorance of so many of the YouTube moderators, they don't know what they don't know. And because they don't know what they don't know, and they don't have the time or the resources to actually look into things, they just do these blanket sweeps on certain types of content without understanding the context of the content. And as a result, it makes the job of creators much more difficult to find content, to find ways to talk about things in such a way that they're still saying the same thing, but they have to say it a different way. Like, we all know that Linux ISOs aren't Linux ISOs, but we have to say Linux ISOs to get around other things in the grand scheme of what's okay and what's not. You know, we have to use terms like unalive. We have to use terms, you have to use all of these stupid terms that mean the same thing, but aren't the same word because of the ignorance of the moderators on these platforms. So it is what it is. So I can't risk making a video about your Rainwave application, your bot, even though I think it's a great idea. I can't risk making content on it because of the ignorance of the moderators, and I hate that because there's so much content that I want to make that I can't because of them. Let's see. Bernas says, hello, would you recommend Cosmos Cloud for those looking for something simple and secure without having to worry about long consumption times and security? You know, let me Cosmos Cloud. Self-hosting platform, get started. Let's see. I mean, yeah, I think we've actually talked about Cosmos in the past. Let me actually come over to here. I'm looking over here off screen as to not give you guys access to data that you shouldn't have access to. Cosmos. No, we have not. Yeah, so basically it's your own Gmail setting, self-hosting your own cloud. Let me zoom in a little bit. Self-hosting your own cloud services your cloud and web services is so satisfying, but it's also very time consuming and dangerous. With Cosmos, take the chore out of self-hosting with automated maintenance and fully secured setup out of the box. It even integrates into your existing setup. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I think I've tried looking at it and it wasn't for me. Because I like to be very much in control, and this took that away from me more than I wanted it to out of the box. But if you're just looking for something quick and easy to set up that you don't want to have to deal with, that's great. The caveat to that with these kinds of things, and I'm not trying to pick on Cosmos here, it's anytime you've got a situation where your versioning is being handled by a third party, if they're not securing those versions that they're using for their instance, or if their versions, or even if they're using somebody else's version of like linuxserver.io or whatever the case is, you need to make sure that you're being extra careful with those things, because very often these kinds of services, the apps that are in them are sometimes 2 or 3 or 4 versions behind. It's the same issue I had with running Plex on the TerraMaster devices. It's easy to set up and it works, but the TerraMaster app, or the TerraMaster version of the Plex app, is always considerably 2 to 3 to 4 versions behind. So you're constantly getting these notifications from the app saying, hey, you're not on the most current version. But then you go over to the dashboard and it's like, this is the most current version. So there's always this discrepancy about what the most current version is. And if the developer of Cosmos isn't implementing the newest versions of those apps in a timely fashion, then you're very often running behind as far as security patches and updates and features and things like that. So there's always a trade-off when you go this route. Even doing something like using the Linux ISO Docker images as an example, right? They are often not a full version, but they'll be like, a couple of dots behind. Again, using Plex as an example, sometimes they are trailing just a little bit because they want to make sure that their version is as secure as possible. So there are trade-offs there as well. So anyway, there's my little rant. YouTube is more of a jail. Totally hates free speech. Yeah, it's a real crapshoot as far as what's going to get scrapped, what's going to get you in trouble, and what's not. I have seen things get flagged that shouldn't have, and I've seen stuff that should be flagged that hasn't been, and you just never know what they're going to do. Flashbang alert. Yeah, and a white screen. I hate it. I get why, but I don't like it. Why does this URL remind me of COS OS? They are very similar. I agree with that. This does seem to have more stuff built into it. Like just looking. I apologize. It's going to get bright here. I'm just going to warn you. But we can see like there's server apps, there's URLs, there's users, there's OpenID. Like there's a lot of other stuff in here. There's monitoring. The last I looked, COS OS didn't have. So there's lots of different platforms out there like this that I think, if you're looking for a simple solution, are awesome. I can't really speak much to Cosmos because I haven't really dealt with it too much. What are your thoughts on TwinGate? Maybe in partner with Plex or Jellyfin. Okay, so it's interesting that you brought that up. So I'm actually this Saturday. I'm doing a live stream here on the channel about TwinGate. It's pre-planned. It is going to be a sponsored live stream. Just total transparency. I brought it up the other day. I'm bringing it now. I'll bring it up again during the live stream. I think it's great. I actually really dig what TwinGate is doing. I installed I got my account set up. I built out my team. I did everything I needed to do on their platform, which we'll cover during the live stream. And then I set up a node, like an agent, basically an agent node here in my server behind me, in my rack behind me. And because of the way I had configured that agent, I was able to turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone, right? And so I was just on my mobile carrier. I was then able to connect to my TwinGate account on my phone, connect to my node here, and access everything on my network via a local IP address. So even though I wasn't physically here on my network, I was on a remote network, I was able to access this network by local network IP addresses, which I love. I think it's great. And you can build out teams. You can give user permissions. You can give team permissions. You can do all kinds of really cool stuff with it. And I think it's a really cool product. I'm trying to get. I've been chatting with some of the people at TwinGate. I'm trying to see if they can participate in the live stream. We're still working out some of the details about whether or not they'll be on camera or if they'll just be in chat. I don't know yet. But they've been great to work with. I'm excited about that. TwinGate is something kind of like WireGuard. Their thing is let's just do this real quick. Just so we can kind of show. It says go beyond VPN, keep private resources and internet traffic protocol with zero trust security tools built for a modern world of work. It's like Tailscale, yeah. The nice thing about this, though, is it doesn't require you to then use a Tailscale subnet to and get a whole different slew of like IP addresses and that sort of thing. And maybe Tailscale has changed since last time I checked it out. But this is you set up your account, and there's a free account with like up to 5 users, I think. Up to 5 users, and you can build out teams, and you can put people on teams, and you can give teams access to things and people access to things, and but again, you can still access everything on the IP address as it looks on your network when you're on that same network from anywhere that you got an internet access. So very, very cool product. So yeah, we're going to talk about them in depth on Saturday. Sorry about that, getting blinded again there. We're going to close Cosmos. We're going to close that as well, and we're going to close that. All right, so here we go. Now we're back to where we were. And make sure, that I can close that. Sorry, I'm just closing out a bunch of stuff here, just to make sure that everything here is okay. Why is that gone? Is that because of this? It is over this. Okay. Sorry, just making sure everything here is still good. So anywho, there's a bit of an introduction, I suppose. So like I said, the reason I'm even live streaming today is because I wanted to do some research about a video. I don't know what video, if I'm honest. I don't know what I want to talk about in an upcoming video, and I was going to do some research, and I know that it's Wednesday and the new newsletter is coming out in 2 days, but I wanted to dig through the self-host newsletter so that I can just see what's going on, that sort of thing. I don't like that. There we go. So anyway, this week, self-hosting, this was 5 days ago. That's how far behind we are. And just in case anybody's curious, Ethan has given me full explicit permission to do these live streams and take a look at his newsletter and talk about it and that sort of thing. That is still technically his thing, but we were chatting a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, "Yeah, go for it. I can't right now, so have at it." So this is it. This week in self-hosted. Let me see. Spent several weeks redesigning the newsletter. Yep. So this is just talking about the changes that were made to the newsletter layout, which I think is great. Breaking changes no longer have their own section, are now identified in the software update tiles with an exclamation point. See the DocMost update below for an example. So again, this is still more. Okay, there's that. And self-hosted news, it was a bit of a slow week. And that was kind of my issue piled onto everything else this week. Kind of a slow week as far as that's concerned. Pi-holes version 6 was released. Was arguably the biggest event on the calendar. Although Obsidian did decide to make their commercial license optional for professional use, will also be a great interest for a large number of readers. Bit of panic on Reddit this week over a recent decision by the popular music streaming platform Navidrome to implement anonymous data collection. While I leave it to the ethicality of enabling it by default to individual readers, I also think it's fair to call out the project. The project is transparent about the data it collects and that it can be easily disabled through a configuration option. Let's take a look at that. How to opt out. So this is okay. So this is the anonymous data collection stuff. So this is all of the information, what will be collected, Insight ID, versions and uptime, build information, OS information, memory information, file system information, library information, configuration settings, why collect this data. But yeah, it looks like there's an environment variable enable external services set to false. Hold on. By setting the new enable insights collector can be set to false, or this to false. If you have enable external services set to false, it will also disable. Okay, so there's two different ways you can opt out. So I appreciate that. Let's take a look over here under Docker. Interesting. I kind of wish they had added that that environment variable to this. I apologize. Let's zoom in there. I kind of wish they'd added this to this with a true or false option with a little explanation like this. But it's there, so I appreciate that it's there, and I appreciate that Ethan called that out in the newsletter. NightHawk says, I tried Navidrome before I went to Music Assistant and Home Assistant. That's cool. I made a video about Navidrome years ago. It was a great platform. I used it for a while, but I don't. Maybe they're going to update that section. I hope so. They've always seemed to be all right people based on my little interaction. But you're probably right, Alexia, that it's probably just that. Open source report on that. Bringing quote posts to Mastodon. Cool. Open source LLM hits Europe's digital sovereignty roadmap. Interesting. So we've got some software updates with active pieces. I actually had to shut down my active pieces last week because it was just causing me some issues. There's some things in there in active pieces that are frustrating. For instance, you can set up an automation with active pieces, and then when it runs, you can when you set up your automation in active pieces. And I've made content about this if you want to look at it, but you can set up an automation and have it do a set of things and then wait minutes, hours, days, whatever, and then do another thing and then wait hours, minutes, days, whatever, and do another thing as often as you need it to do those different waits and redos or whatever, right? The problem is that there's no way to stop an automation once it's started. And because of that, it's caused me all kinds of issues, where it will run something and then there's like a 2 to 3 day wait somewhere in there, but there's no way to go in and actually stop what's already running for an automation. Even though there's a pause in the middle, there's no way to delete that run. There's no way to. It's either all or nothing. And I've been asking them kind of off and on over the past year or something to give us the option to stop an automation once it's started. I don't know if it's on their roadmap or whatever, but I finally had to just shut it down. It made certain parts of my life easier, but it definitely complicated lots of other areas of my life with the automations. So, let's see, clean upper notifier support added a dry run option. I like seeing a dry run option in there. Clean upper. I don't even know what that is. I feel like I looked at it the other day. Tool for automating the cleanup of unwanted or blocked files in those R services. Cosmos backups via RESTIC, sudo mode local HTTPS certificate authority. That's cool. Oh balls, you're right. My bad. Thank you, Alexia, appreciate that. So cleanupper is this one right here. It cleans up some of the stuff in the R's, the R suite. We've got Cosmos, which we were just talking about a little bit ago. They've added some stuff there. We've got C update or cupdate. Track workflow runs with summaries, failure logging, ignore images with labels. Oh, container updates. So it must be C update. What is this? A service to keep container images up to date, made for Kubernetes and Docker. I have mixed feelings on these. Somebody last week asked me to take a look at What's Up Docker, and yeah, supported registries, and it just, for some reason, some of these are unnecessarily difficult to configure for no reason that I can understand really. And look, I'm 100% sure that it has to do with the way I do things. I could probably see how other people would want to do things the way they've got them set up, but yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so C update or container update. We've got docmost, internal page links. Okay, so this is what we were talking about earlier. This has got a breaking change in it, and it can be notated by the exclamation mark there. I don't know if Ethan will see this, but it'd be nice to have some alt text over this, or some title text or something to know, at least for a while, to let people know that this exclamation point means breaking change, or maybe if there was a key up here, or maybe there's one below. I haven't actually gotten far enough. Yeah, if there was a key that said like, hey, this is for GitHub, and this is for breaking change, and this is for GitLab, and this is for something else. It'd be nice to see those. But anyway, it is what it is. Ebook to audiobook. Hold on. Is there a way that you know of to disable Watchtower from sending notifications about checksums and digest? I don't know. I don't know that I've ever received. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look. Digest. Yeah, like when I look through my Godify, I don't even see anything about that. So I'm not sure. There's probably a configuration setting somewhere in there that might help, but I'm not 100% on that. I don't get those notifications. An issue there. Interesting. Huh. Weird. So yeah, I'm genuinely not sure about that. You might post a thing in the Discord channel, or where did it go? In the Tech Help Discord forum thing. I get notified every time there's a SHA-256 change on this page. Yeah, I guess we'd have to see your configuration for that. Like I said, if you want to go over to the Tech Help channel in the Discord, somebody can probably get you sorted there. So GitLab, general availability of self-hosted LLMs, Duo self-hosted, cool. Grist, Jetlog, Comga, Lean Time, Linux Server IO, deprecated containers, Fleet, and Snapdrop. What is this? Huh. Oh, they're just talking about some deprecation stuff. Due to the Upstream project being purchased by a commercial entity and stopping development, we've decided to deprecate our Snapdrop image. That sucks. Snapdrop was cool, but they got commercially bought. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Mini notes, added links, backlinks, and tags. NoCodeDB. Olive 10 outline. Pi-hole 6 is new. Pinch flat. I'd love to cover pinch flat, but I can't. I feel like what I'm going to have to do with some of this stuff and it sucks, is like I feel like if I wanted to do content about pinch flat, I'd have to do a live stream that was only on Twitch. And I think that's dumb, but I feel like I may have to go that route. So I'd love to know from you guys if you think that's a viable way to possibly get away with some of this stuff. Pocket ID for authentication has some stuff. Proxmox helper scripts, which we talked about in the last live stream, has some new stuff for like DocMost and Dolabar. I don't know what Dolabar is. No, that's... Oh, it's an open source ERP and CRM for web business. Yeah, interesting. Just do it. Yeah. Second channel, maybe. You know, here's the problem. Is that even if I set up a second channel to do those things, that channel could get flagged and shut down. And I don't want YouTube to be that much in control of what I'm doing any more than they already are. And I feel like if I upload something to that, it'll be an interesting. Let's see. Watching you gets my home lab itch to act up bad. Yeah, that's fair. It's like showing candy to a sugar obsessed kid. I get that. Honestly, man, here's the thing. Just for some transparency, just between, you know, the group of us that are here. If I could find my mouse again. Yeah, to the 26 of us that are currently here. Hey, Collins is here. Neat. I think it's something we've all done. Let me go back to me for a minute. I think it's something we've all done, especially those of us who have been doing this for a number of years, is like when you first get started, you install everything. Hopefully not all at once, but you install everything and you look at everything and you see what works, and I think that's great. The thing is, after a while, you find the things. Collins, dude, no, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that. Nighthawk's got you sorted. Zero Linux, that's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that, Nighthawk. And I think it's great to explore all of these different things in order to not only find what works for you, but also to find new ways to learn new things. And like Alexi says, I'd managed to break my NPM installation. I had to start over. Break stuff as often as you can. That's how I got to where I am. I would try to install something and it would fail, and I would do the research on why it failed. I'd look through the logs, I'd Google that error message, and I would figure out how to fix it. And then it would break again, and I would just go through this repetitive process of learning what those error messages meant and how to Google them and how to get a solution for it. And after I did that several times, then I was ready to make the video. And that's still something I do, as I'll install something multiple times if there's an issue. And then once I'm happy with it, once I know where all of the little bugs are, and I can talk about that, that's when I make these videos, and I try to demonstrate those things when they come up. It's not as much of an issue now as it was, say, 2 or 3 years ago, but it's still something that comes up. Yeah, so install everything, man. Try out a dozen different note-taking apps. Try out all kinds of anything you can get a hold of, and just see what works for you and what doesn't, and maybe figure out why. But yeah. Might have to change the logging level. I envy folks who can spend hours messing with self-hosting stuff. I work in IT, Linux servers, Kubernetes, etc. After work, server stuff is the last thing I want to mess with. Yeah, I totally get that. It's kind of like that old saying about, you know, like the cobbler's kids have the worst shoes kind of thing, which is a really, really old saying. But it's, you know, like once you've done something all day long, the last thing you want to do is come home and do it more. You know, like I used to be that way with web development. I loved web development. I got a job in web development, and I would come home and do web development. Like my life revolved around web development. And then after a while, I was like, okay, that's enough. I need to look at something other than code for a while. So yeah, it's you gotta find that balance. Like here's the dirty secret, right? My home lab doesn't change very often. Yeah, exactly, Aruna. Exactly. Same thing. Car mechanics drive the worst boxes. Yeah, 100%. my hardware changes, but my software doesn't. When it comes down to it, really, I've been running the same suite of apps in my HL15 basically since I got the HL15, because I already had those from previous hardware and I had that from previous hardware, and there's very little out there right now. There are some things that I need to implement, but there are very few things out there that will provide me any additional use. And it's not to say there aren't great apps out there, because there's a bunch of great apps out there, but they don't do anything for me personally in my home lab for my day-to-day use, other than creating content to share with you guys. So yeah. Okay. Oh, Mind Bend, thank you for joining. Glad to have you here. I tried to install Snipe on the non-Docker way, and they recommended, and struggled the whole afternoon. Ended up installing, using an install script. Absolutely, I've done that too. So I feel like there's so many apps people don't know about that are also not listed in places like Awesome Self-Hosted, right? And that's honestly, it's why I love what Ethan does with the self-host newsletter. I spend a lot of time on Reddit, in the self-hosted subreddit. I'll often go to like GitHub and I'll search for like, Docker file or Docker Compose. I'll search for those kinds of things, and sort by newest just to see what else is out there. And there have been times like for IT tools, I think it was IT tools. No, web check, IT tools as well. But only because I actually have covered that developer stuff before. But web check was one of those things that I found randomly through a random search that popped up. And it was a project with more than 20,000 stars on GitHub that I'd never heard of. And it was awesome. It was a great project. But yeah, there's so many apps out there, and new developers popping up all of the time. Like the guys who do the dumbware stuff. In fact, let me see if I can find dumbware. Yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. So there's this. They've got 6 apps in here right now. And they've got some featured on stuff here, where they've linked directly to specific bits of content. So that's cool. So yeah, they've got 6 apps right now, but they've got a bunch of new stuff coming all of the time. I love what they've done with this moving icon here. So there's always new stuff coming out as well, and it's so hard to keep up. NightHawk says, I work on my home lab during work and sometimes after work. Lets me disconnect from work for a few minutes. I get that. Good afternoon from Norway. Does anyone self-host a blog? What are nice options? I do. So this is dbtechreviews.com right there. This is hosted on WordPress. This is just a theme that I found. And it's fast, and it does the things I want it to do very quickly. And like this is hosted in the rack behind me, but it's also going out through the internet and coming back to me. So, but everything just works. It's super fast. I've got a Redis cache on here, and I've got it running through Cloudflare. You could look at Ghost. I've got Ghost set up and working as well. Also super fast, but I've got issues with it that prevent me from actually switching over to it. But yeah, it works. Ghost is a great option as well. So there's a couple of options. There are several out there, but I've personally used WordPress and Ghost for that. The Mad Rocker says, am I odd to just have one container in a VM or LXC in fear of breaking things? No, like, and let me do this. Let me come back so you can stare at my face while I look at this. Let's do this. Let's do that and that. Let's get logged in here. Yeah, that's fine. So like if you look at this is my HL15. And like each one of these LXCs is its own service. Now that's kind of a bit of a misstatement, a misnomer or whatever, because like Manyfold will also have the application and the database and a Cloudflare tunnel and a Watchtower instance. Same with 13 foot, which is another one I want to make content about, but YouTube will probably crap themselves about. Memos is also Memos, a database, a Cloudflare tunnel, and a watchtower. So all of these are that, but each one of these is its own separate service stack. So that if DB Tech Reviews gets compromised or crashes or whatever, it doesn't take out everything else, and I can just roll this back to a previous known good version. You know, like, and I do updates literally every day. I store a couple of weeks worth of backups, so I can always go back and take a look. So no, it's 100% how I do things, because if something goes wrong, I want to be able to quickly recover from it. It makes things easier. Trat, dude, thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. Kyle says, if you could do an updated video of accounting on Docker, that would be amazing. That's fair. I'm actually curious about, I don't even remember accounting. Ooh, yeah, it's been like 4.5 years since I touched accounting. Here's the thing though, right? And I want to be very transparent about this. Accounting was one of those apps that I don't know enough about finance and what features to look for to actually speak knowledgeably about it. You're saying the old video was amazing. I would have to go in and take a look at it, and I'd have to take a look, because I know it's been updated since accounting. There we go. No, I just want this. Yeah, like, and I probably should go back and start just recreating content of stuff I've done years ago, because it's been so long on some of this stuff. Let's see. MKDoc's website is also one LXC container with only that. Yep. I really want to shift over to doing this way, but I've been too dumb to move my data from wherever. It's moving from migrating applications out of a situation like that can be overwhelming, because you've got your database or your databases, and you've got all of this stuff already in a single VM with multiple applications. So you've got to do an export of that database or that section of that database, and then create a backup file for that you can re-import into the new database, and it can be overwhelming. I know this because I've done it. I've done it several times, partially because I wanted to see if I could do it, and partially I think because I hate myself. But I think a lot of it was just because I wanted to know that I could do it, and it can be a very, very tedious process. I use an app called PHP-MyAdmin to do database exports and imports, and even getting that set up can sometimes be a pain in the butt. But that's how I've simplified things in the past, is by using PHP-MyAdmin where it's applicable. So yeah, it can really be a pain. They have now an official image for Docker, as the video is using an old image, which is very outdated. Yeah, I'll take a look at it, or you can wait for it to crash. Check out Affine. I feel like I have looked at Affine in the past. Fine, let's see. Oh, is that for the cybersecurity stuff? Is that the one you're talking about? Excuse me. Poof. Man, that took forever to load. Is this the Affine that you're talking about? Just so I'm on the right page here. Let's see. We'll come back to that. Yeah, or pgadmin for Postgres. That's fair. Is it not possible to export Docker container files? You can. You can. The thing about it though is, if you've got a database and that sort of thing, exporting databases. Look, and like Aruna says here, PHP-MyAdmin, what a blast from the past. Yeah, like it's what I'm familiar with, so it's what I was comfortable using. So yeah. Oh, it's a note-taking app. Okay, so there's Affine with one F, and apparently I missed it in there. Let me see, let's see, where did it go? Too far. Where Where did it go? Did you delete it? Oh no, I spelled it the way you spelled it because I guess I didn't realize that it was two separate things. Fine. The official Docker deployment solution for that. Huh. That's what? So they say it's the official deployment solution for this. It's the official deployment solution for this. Install it this way, making sure you've got this. They never say what it is, which isn't great. They should at least have a link back to this, right? They should cross-reference that. Oops, not a fine. Yeah, I have not done a video on that. Interesting. What do you think about DocMost? I actually use DocMost, I think. Let me hold on. Let me do this. No, I'm thinking HedgeDoc. DocMost. Sorry, I had to make sure. Does it have an auth page? I would assume so. I mean, it would basically have to. It's a collaborative wiki and open development. I would assume so. DocMost. Yeah, I did a video on it. Gosh, almost a year ago already. But yeah, I did a video on DocMost a while back. So I remember liking it, but it just wasn't what I wanted to use at the time. And Zipline. What is Zipline? I feel like I've covered Zipline too. Zipline. Yeah. Secure file sharing server. Oh yeah, because that one also integrates with ShareX and Flameshot, which I hadn't actually heard of Flameshot prior to that. Yeah, I think they're both great. You just set them up and check them out. When I'm home, might look into Kubernetes. No worries, chat. Yeah, Kubernetes is something that interests me. It's something that exists, but not enough to actually do anything with because it doesn't fit my needs. And it's just because it's my needs, not everybody else's. Did Excalibur ever release a self-hosted solution for collaboration Docker version? I actually just did a video a while back about Excalibur. Yeah, January, just a month and a half ago, I did a video. Almost 2 months ago, I did a video on Excalibur. I don't think there was any authentication on that. Oh, hey, Ethan. Dude, Ethan's here. Awesome. Ethan's the guy behind the Self-Host newsletter, if you guys weren't aware of that. And we've been kind of digging through that a little bit today. It's a Notion alternative. So think collaborative workspaces. Use DocMost for almost all my doc stuff. Cool. Just had dinner. That's awesome. Hope it was good. Let's see. I think I need my note for my future job. That's fair. Have you ever used free IPA or something similar for SSO? I've honestly never really implemented anything for SSO other than Athelia at one point. And I wanted to just bash my head on the wall by the time I was done with Athelia. So I haven't done anything with it since then. Jim's Garage video says, help me wrap my head around Kubernetes. He's great. Yeah, Jim's Garage is really good about explaining stuff. Is Kubernetes admin, run it at home because you want to learn it or for fun. Don't run it for production home server stuff. Thank you for pointing me there. TechDocs did a video on it as well. Let's see. And he showed how to add it to Portainer. Cool. Well, that's great. I'm glad you guys have got that sorted. That's amazing. Let's see. Where were we? Oh, we were just talking about Proxmox helper scripts here. Suggester, we're going to skip. TinyAuth. Support for Nginx proxy manager authentication. What is this? TinyAuth. What is TinyAuth? The simplest way to protect your apps with a login screen. Well, I don't know about all of that, but it's a simple authentication middleware that adds simple username, password, login, or OAuth with Google, GitHub, or any generic OAuth provider to all of your Docker apps. It's made for traffic, but can it be extended to work with other reverse proxies like Caddy and Nginx. That's cool. Oh, you're over there. Oops, can I do what I do here? Damn it, where? Why can't I do anything with this? That's frustrating. Oops, let's do this. Oh, and then we're just going to ban that person because they're just spamming. I think they were here last time and they were doing similar stupid things. Anyway, sorry, I had to look around at other stuff I've got over here. I'm in a really messy space right now, both physically and in my head. So yeah, TinyAuth. Yep, that was them. Yeah, I thought so. Though they've been banned. They'll bring another bot in at some point, and I'll ban them too. Let's see. Let's come back over to me for a minute here. Laddish says, "Are you covering CrowdSec at any point? Just intrigued, as you have done failed to ban in the past." Here, yeah. So here's the thing. Pangolin, the folks behind Pangolin reached out to me recently, and told me about some updates that are coming. And they're actually going to be adding CrowdSec authentication to their setup here very, very soon. And I will talk about it then. As far as actually digging into CrowdSec as a standalone thing, probably not. And the reason for that kind of goes back to what we were talking about a minute ago with regards to with like the accounting application, right? I don't know enough about finance to speak knowledgeably about it. The same kind of goes with like things like CrowdSec and fail to ban. I don't really know enough about those levels of security to speak knowledgeably about it. So like I've done videos on fail to ban in the past, and it took me a really, really long time to get enough information to even be able to speak as knowledgeably as I did in that video. But I still felt very much like I was just parroting something else. I wasn't speaking knowledgeably about it. I was just regurgitating information I had been provided. JD, I may take you up on that because I think it's an interesting idea. I don't, again, I'm not that super knowledgeable about it, but yeah, we may do that, JD. I'd appreciate some assistance on that. I want to wait until, I probably want to wait until I do the thing with the new version of Pangolin, just so I can kind of get my head wrapped around it that way and see how they want to implement it. And then I will probably have a bunch of questions for you. I believe that it's very cool. I haven't had a chance to expand my knowledge in that regard. Of course, I'm on the wrong screen. I'm going to keep this up here. I'm going to come back over to here to make sure I'm not missing anything there. All right, cool. So I think, let's get back over to here. So anyway, let's look. Umami, I feel like I've covered Umami in the past. I've not, but it's analytics, like it says right there. Warpy.dev is finances. We've got Zipline for file uploads. We were actually talking about that earlier. That's cool. But they've added OIDC support, user quotas, revamped the API, offloaded tasks, invite system. Wow, they've done a lot of work on to get to version 4. That's awesome. New software. This is my favorite part of the newsletter, most of the time anyway, just because I like to see what's going on. Atlanta's CMMS Robust Maintenance Management Tool. Let's close out a bunch of this other stuff so that I don't do that. There we go again. Just deployed 2 more containers. You're contagious. Yeah, I'm willing to accept that. Number 1 is self-hosted CMMS web and mobile application that allows you to manage enterprise maintenance for free. That's not helpful. Oh, this is Atlas CMMS, is a powerful self-hosted maintenance management system designed for both web and mobile platforms. It simplifies and automates the management of maintenance activities, making it ideal for developers looking to build solutions for organizations that need to keep their assets running smoothly. Think of it like Jira for technicians. Huh. Yeah, and this is another one of those things that I wouldn't be able to really speak super knowledgeably about, unfortunately. I'm not in this field, so I would rely on others to bring me up to speed on this enough to regurgitate to make the video. And I like when I make those kinds of videos, I kind of feel disingenuous, so I try to steer clear of certain things where I'm not at least moderately knowledgeable about them. And I feel like this would be one of those. Okay. It actually doesn't look terrible as far as the Docker Compose is concerned. And I appreciate that. Okay, so they're using that, their app, database, where's the container name? We're building that. Huh. Interesting. Anyway. Atmoify. I was trying to do an oi sound there in the middle. Atmoify. So like atmospherify. From Blue Goose Media. This one has actually kind of intrigued me because I made a video about something like this in the past. Welcome to Atmoify. Create your own perfect atmosphere for working, sleeping, or studying. Adding audio tracks. On the audio tracks tab, click add track, paste a link to a YouTube video. Using sound effects, you can do that. You can mix sounds, saving profiles, using timers. I've actually done something like this I've made a video about something like this in the past. What was this even called? It was Noise Dash was the one I did. Oh gosh, I don't even know if they're even still maintaining this. Wow, yeah. Noise Dash was actually really neat. I really dug what they were doing. I'm assuming that Atmoify is similar to that. Add a track, yeah. Mixer, sound effects, interesting. Huh. But yeah, just a way to allow you to create your own atmosphere there. That's neat. Let's see. Any restaurant management self-hosted solution, no payment integration. I might look at repurposing ERP next. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Sven, dude, you're a rock star. Thank you. So like, hold on. Where did it? Oh, geez, that was, dude, you're right. Here's the problem. And you're absolutely right, Sven. I wasn't trying to be rude or disrespectful. That actually didn't show up in ground control. It actually showed up over here, unfortunately, and I apologize for that. Thank you for that. I genuinely thank you, Sven. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't actually realize that they didn't show up over here. So I'll have to do a better job about that. I wish there was some way to get those notifications over here. I just don't know what that looks like. Maybe there's an activity feed. Maybe that will do it. I'll have to play around with this a little bit. There's multi-chat. Will this tell me anything? Let's put this over here. Oh, hey, that'll work. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I've got activity feed over here. This will help. Oh, and Jan did a $7 super chat that I missed. Dude, I am really sorry, guys. This live streaming thing is still so not my shtick. Just need an API to hook everything to IRS, right? And that's what ground control is supposed to be. I haven't set it up correctly. I'm still learning this thing. And I'm actually, as much as I hate to say this, like I kind of count on you guys to call me on these things. Not because I want to be rude, not because I'm trying to ignore you, but because this is way over here in the corner where I'm not seeing it. Like, because I see the movement, but it doesn't jump out at me as much as I would like it to. But just to show you this, let me close this, move panel. I'm just gonna bring this down here so you guys can see it, because this ground control is still very new. Desktop, right? So this is YouTube sucks like that. There we go. Okay, so this. Okay, I've got the Elgato prompter that I'm looking at right now as I'm looking into the camera, right? And I've had ground control set up here, and it just shows me the chat here. Like, there was a bunch of other stuff built into this, but I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know what I was going to need. But if I come over to here and I click on activity feed, and I just drag this over, here it shows gifted by Sven. Here's that super chat that I missed from Jan, and I suck. I'm sorry. Zero Linux. I did see that one because I was looking over here at the time. So I've got this built up now, and I'm just going to drag it up to here. So now I can see all of this better. And it looks like there's actually more stuff in here that's too big. I can't cope with all of that. So there's activity feed and there's multi-chat. Those were there. Pre-flight checklists. I should probably do that. There's chat, there's polls. This is all Twitch specific stuff. This is from Stream Elements. There's chatbot. There's chatbot, Twitch, and Stream Elements. So you can kind of break them apart that way. So anyway, what software was that? This is ground control from Streamlabs. This is something that that I'm still trying to figure out. If we do ground control Streamlabs, it's this. It's still in beta, but yeah, and here we can see all of that. And there's this thing that they're building out for activity feeds and quick settings. So I'm right as Major Tom around, right? I kind of had that same thought. But anyway, this is what I'm using to view the chat up here for both Twitch and YouTube. But I still need to build it out. One of the problems though with this is that I go to here and go to display settings. The prompter, sorry, I blanked. The prompter that I'm looking at right here, the resolution on it is so small. And it needs to be, it's 1024 by 600. So it's, yeah. So I may have to get creative with how I'm doing some of this, and that sort of thing. So, again, thank you. Honestly, Sven, thank you for calling me on that, because now I see that I have missed so many things that I didn't realize I was missing. So thank you for that. It really does help me when you call me on this kind of thing. So yeah. Yeah. So let's come back over to here. So yeah. Let's move on over to here to the next thing. K9 is an easy to use and intuitive deployment platform for Kubernetes. Drag and drop email designer. We've got an event schedule and all-in platform to create calendars, sell tickets, manage teams, and streamline check-ins. That's awesome. I could have used this so many times in the past. Not now as much, but in the past. Fluid calendar. Let's take a look at the calendar software and fluid and intelligent task scheduling and calendar management. And nothing there. Do we have screenshots? There we go. Oh, well, that's cool. Open source alternative to Motion, designed for intelligent task scheduling and calendar management. Fluid Calendar helps you stay on top of your tasks with smart scheduling capabilities, calendar integration, and customizable workflows. So it looks like you can actually pull in multiple, like Google calendars, for instance, and see where things might overlap. I might actually implement this. This looks really cool. Please check existing issues. Like, they're trying to be proactive here, which I appreciate. Docker Compose was updated 3 days ago. So it looks like there is a build on this, which means you need to clone the repository, which is fine. Yeah, might have to check that out. That actually looks pretty cool. Let me scroll back up to the top so I don't miss anything there. Yeah, so definitely have to check that out. I think that's great. That might be a fun one to do a video on. Ghost File, simple temporary file upload server. What's this? Ghost File is a lightweight, one-time file upload server that automatically shuts down after handling an upload. It's designed for quick, ephemeral file transfer and is distributed as a single, self-contained binary. Ghost File can run either command line mode or the graphical user interface. That's cool. See, Jay Collins says, I'm currently looking at this. Oh, at Bar Assistant? Yeah, and I feel like, look, and I think that would be another cool one to make content about, but YouTube, being YouTube, makes me nervous to even talk about the things that we would use in that, because YouTube. Again, that might have to be a Twitch-only stream, and I hate doing that, but it may be the only way that I can do it. Open source, I'm not even... Hanabira, open source Japanese learning platform, that's cool. Jellyfin plugin, local posts. For prioritizing local posters, that's cool. Just Do, enterprise-grade project management platform. Huh. No description, website, or topics provided. Not helpful, guys. Just Do, create submodel structure. Those are... I don't miss project management. I don't miss being... I don't miss any of that. I just don't. That sounds awful. Again, it's just because of the workflows that I'm not in any longer. NotLink, which is a blazingly fast URL shortener. NotLink. This is NotLink, a blazingly fast. Okay. Noddle Inc. That's funny. Ooh, that's weird. New kind of URL shortener. They have verified that I am who I say I am. Let's. Oops. I can't type in there. Weird. Oops. Click the star when done. Well, if I can't type, then I can't do anything. Let's refresh. Maybe try it again. Can't type in there. That's weird. Denali Mike says, I'm glad I caught this live. Well, I'm glad you did too. That's awesome. Thanks for joining. Let's see. This is shuttle setup container added to my, yeah. Try not link. Huh. Yeah. Nice to see Cloudflare rather than reCAPTCHA. Yeah, we talked about reCAPTCHA not too long ago, I think in Discord, and some of the nonsense with reCAPTCHA. PackageDex is a package index for Go packages with custom import. PyVision AI, extract and describe content from documents using vision language models. That's fun. Prometheus exporter for the R suite. Sphere, which is a decentralized and encrypted contact and identity framework. Huh. Docker registry UI, Telegram server management, or Telegram bot rather. Makes everything real short if you can't type, right? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Tidvi, helpful tool for tracking, analyzing monthly expenses, subscriptions, and more. We've taken a look at something similar to this, I think. I don't think it's the same thing, but let's look. Subscription. It doesn't do anything. This is just a basic. I thought it was going to be like an example, not just a homepage. Let's see. What does this look like? Okay. Huh. Don't know that it's ready for prime time. Oh. Lashadev, thank you for subscribing over on Twitch via Prime. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much for your support. Really, really do appreciate that. And again, if I hadn't been called out earlier, I wouldn't have had that activity feed up there to see that. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate the support there. Let's see. WagMeOS is a container deployment and dashboard platform. We were just kind of talking about something similar to this, I think. Your AI command center. Weird. All things tech and fun. Okay, we're going to go here. Git clone. Do that. That's not helpful. That brings us back to here where we just were. And then a Twitter profile and a GitHub repository. So let's just go back to the Twitter or to the thing here. Introduction, setup, installation, examples. Let's see. Maybe there's an examples thing we can look at. That's unfortunate. Full workup over here. Well, I hope. No. No, go away. Okay, let's see. Willow. Wait, I'm so confused. Is it WagMe or is it Willow? Okay, Willow is a self-hosted AI agent specifically designed for WagMe. Interesting. Huh. Well, that might be fun to take a look at. While you're on the topic of self-hosted newsletter, Ethan released some cool new functionality today. Custom, oh, really? Well, then let's talk about that for a minute. Self-host apps is a directive 1,000. Hold on, let me zoom in. To accompany this week in self-hosted. Yep. It featured various options for filtering tags, alternatives, and sorting. Launched last year, I recently implemented several new features I thought might be worth sharing with the community. Bookmarks. Initially implemented it as a favorites, Bookmarks allows users to keep tab on the projects they'd like to explore at a later time. Each tile features a bookmark icon in the upper right for easy tagging so that they can be viewed using bookmarks option of tag dropdown. Cool. To keep things simple, bookmarks rely on local browser storage. I was wondering about that. And they will not follow users from device to device and will be lost when a user wipes their browsing data. Custom share links. Neat. Rate limits have been applied to both logged in and guest users to prevent abuse. I think that's great. Well done to Ethan on that. Custom URLs relies on non-identifying cookies and other security features to ensure it cannot be abused by malicious actors. Too many privacy-conscious browser add-ons may break the functionality for some. The view captured by the short link will not include new bookmarks selected after the URL was generated. Okay. No more than 50 bookmarks can be shared in a custom view. Oh, neat. So people can create their own collections. That's neat. Yeah, so you can create your own collections with that. That's awesome. Well done, Ethan. Dude, he's so good at this stuff. Love it. Friggin' love it. Now that's very, very cool. I'm not logged in, or I would upvote that. But so WagMeOS doesn't say anything, and I agree. Kind of like the installation. Okay, that's not helpful. Tested systems. It doesn't say what it is really. Man, maybe I should just dig through this one of these days. Maybe we'll do this in a live stream later. I think this is interesting, but need to know more about it. So yeah, maybe we'll come back to that and take a look at it at another time. Was allowing 3 ports. Interesting. Okay, well, let's come back to that another time. We've also got ZenStream, which is a lightweight and easy-to-use video streaming web app. Lightweight and easy-to-use video streaming app with subtitle support and black bars hider. Huh. Interesting. Sample. That's not helpful. I don't know what that does. Huh. Then we've got YouTube processor, or YouTube playlist processor. YouTube playlist videos to transcript using Gemini AI. Huh. Interesting. Desktop application that extracts YouTube playlist transcripts and enhances them using Google's AI models. This output is a book in any language you want. Okay. I wanted to see kind of what this would look like. And I know it's hard to read that. It's hard for me to read that. So, interesting. I actually use AI to transcribe my videos using WinWhisper. I don't even have it on here anymore. But I use WinWhisper to do that. Let's see. Thank you, Collins. Appreciate that. Let's see. Just configured free PBX at my house. Maybe that would be a good project. Was a pain to learn, but would have been great to have a video tutorial. Free. Yeah, I don't. So free PBX is it's like a telephony service, like a self-hosted voice over IP thing, if I remember correctly. James Collins just became a member. Cool. Thank you. Free PBX and gifted 5 subs. Thank you for that, Collins. You're always doing that. Thank you so much. Yeah, free PBX. Make sure I'm not missing anything there. Freedom to communicate. Yeah, it's a free PBX. I mean, it is what it says it is. It's a free PBX. So it's a voice over IP solution that allows you to use all kinds of stuff, VoIP gateways and phones and all kinds of stuff. I helped set up a PBX solution. It's been a really, really long time. Wait, what is this? Setting a new record, keep the clock going. Are we doing? I don't understand what's going on. Oh, did you gift on both platforms, dude? Collins, thank you. Gifted 5 memberships over on Twitch as well. So if you want a free membership over on Twitch, man, go join. You can probably still get one. I don't even know. I don't even know, man. Twitch is still such a foreign body to me. So that's very cool. Thank you guys for your continued support. Like, I know it sounds cliche or whatever, but like, thank you. Seriously, like this helps me pay my bills and keeps my rent paid and my family fed and that sort of thing. So seriously, thank you guys for your support on these things. And some of you do it repeatedly, and I don't want to say I appreciate you guys more or whatever, but I appreciate your continued support in these things. So thank you, seriously. Let's get back over to here. I'm getting all weirdly emotional here. Anyway, we were talking about this this YouTube playlist processor. I use WinWhisper on when I create a video when I create a video in here and edit it in there. I use WinWhisper to transcribe my video with timestamps for my subtitles for YouTube, and then I can use that to help generate other things. But and I was kind of hoping that's what this YouTube playlist processor would do, but it's not. So it just kind of like paragraphs it out into a more of a script than subtitles with timelines and that sort of thing. Is that correct? Am I okay? Oops, sorry. I got to look at something here. Okay, that's fine. What? Interesting. Oh, whatever. Sorry, I'm being told that my internet provider is going to be charging me more for stuff, and it's whatever. That's fine. Okay. Oh, good. Just making sure. The place where my kid goes every day messages us in a chat app, and I thought I had a notification from them, but I don't. So it's all right. Okay, so yeah, like it says here, if you're enjoying the newsletter, you can go support Ethan as well. That'd be great. Yeah, kill net neutrality. Yeah, so apparently the ISP that I'm using is relocating their main center, so they're charging everybody like for an extra 42 cents a month to recoup some of their costs for that. But anyway, so latest directory apps. over here on self-host. We've got Bookhaven, which is a browser-based EPUB reader. We've got Brick Tracker. If you're super into Lego, you can use that. K9, an easy to use and intuitive deployment platform for Kubernetes. Dockerizalo. I don't even know, man. This is a new thing over here. So it's a simple platform for this. I feel like, yeah, okay. I actually did look at this because I thought it was an interesting idea. The thing about it, though, is that once you deploy this dashboard, then you go to then you grab like a URL from a GitHub repository, and then you still have to like fill in the ports and the volumes and you still have to manually configure all of these individual things rather than just using a Docker Compose file, which I don't understand. I don't understand why somebody would want to go this route over that route, and maybe I'm just misunderstanding. And I totally accept that could be a thing. Sorry, I'm getting notified. I have a hype chest to open, which gave me a frog ponder emote, I guess. I don't know what happened there, but can I? There's an emote that is a frog ponder emote that we got for the hype train over on Twitch. Still such a foreign concept to me. Yeah, it seems a little much when you can just use YAML files that are simple. You're right. That was kind of my thinking as well. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I might be missing the point somewhere along the line. That is totally something that could be the simplest deployment platform for self-hosters. I don't agree with that. But it does clone from any Git compatible source. You can manage secrets, volumes, ports, and more things through the UI. Check build and container logs in real time. Like, all of that's fine, except for it has to clone a GitHub repository, and then you have to manually build everything in the UI, which is weird to me. And I think that's ultimately why I decided not to cover it. Ebook to audiobook, Irugo or Irugo. Somebody brought that to. So I called it Irugo through that entire video, but somebody in the comments said it sounds to them like here you go, like it'd be Irugo, which I hadn't even considered until it was brought to my attention. Let's see. Listen, these channel points I get for viewing you mean nothing, but damn it if I won't be number one in having them. I don't know what channel points are either. I don't know what you can do with them. Maybe I need to talk to somebody who is more knowledgeable about Twitch and channel points and that sort of thing, because I don't know what you can do with them, and I'm really disconnected in that regard. But keep saving them. Maybe we'll have something we can do with them later. In physical secrets manager, that's interesting. Secrets manager platform and interface is an open source secrets management platform. Sync resets across your team infrastructure, prevents secret leak, and manage internal PKI. That's neat. John DeGray says, Alexi says, I still know what channel points are. I can assist you with Twitch if you'd like. Maybe watch some streamers. I assist others, Twitch streamer. Yeah, John, if you wanna join the Discord, if you haven't already, that might be helpful. You can spend on channel points for like remixing existing emotes or highlighting your chat messages. Okay. You can have people spend them to do anything. Some people use them to have chat change color of their lights, change chat to emote only for a few minutes, force an ad, play to troll those not subbed. That's hilarious. I'm guessing though that's something I have to implement. I have to enable on the back end. Oh, your name is Scarlett. Okay, cool. I will try to remember that for later. We can chat because I'm definitely curious. I want to make Twitch fun for everybody who's over on Twitch. because it's live. And I know YouTube isn't great about the live stuff as much as Twitch is, but yeah, we'll chat. I think that's a cool idea. Oh, we were looking at in physical. This. What is this? We've got several different Docker composes here. The open source secret management platform syncs secrets and configs across your team infrastructure. Huh. Oh, interesting. All right. I get you. That's kind of cool. I think it's beyond my scope, though, if I'm being completely honest. But very cool concept for those who need it. All right. Copia. Cross-platform backup tool with incremental backups, encryption, and compression. Huh. Do cross-platform backup tool for Windows, Mac, Linux with fast and then incremental backups. Neat. If you need a Windows or a Mac or a Linux backup, that might be your solution right there. Pangolin. We've talked about Pangolin. Love Pangolin. Looking forward to Pangolin. It may have cut out when I was toggling between screens. Like if I keep talking, it may cut out as I'm switching between screens. If that's the case, I will try to fix that. But I did an audio check earlier and everybody said it was good. So maybe it's a connection issue on your end. I don't know. Anyway, Pangolin we've talked about. They've got a new version coming out. They're doing a lot of good stuff in the back end with Pangolin. Upvote RSS, generate RSS feeds for popular social aggregation websites. I keep seeing this, but I don't know what it does. Build your feed, preview your posts, copy. That doesn't tell me anything. Generate rich RSS feeds from Reddit, Hacker News, Lemmy, and Mbin. Huh. Interesting. Vote. User tours, user onboarding platform designed for developers. That's great. Warpgate, smart SSH, HTTPS, and database bastion host for Linux for remote access. Okay, that says the same thing. Let's see if it says anything down here. Warpgate is a smart SSH, HTTPS, and MySQL and PostgreSQL bastion host for Linux that doesn't need special client apps. Set it up in your DMZ, add your user accounts, and easily assign them to specific hosts and URLs within the network. Warpgate will record every session for you to view live and replay later through a built-in admin web UI. Not a jump host. Forwards your connections straight to the target instead. Native two-factor authentication and single sign-on support with one-time password and OpenID Connect, single binary with no dependencies, written 100% in safe Rust. That's really neat. I don't have a use for it, though. I don't think. I might... Oh, interesting. I might have to dig into that. Now, I say I don't have any use for it, and then I have like, oh, well, maybe I do. But I don't, but neat. Looks like it might be a cool project for those who are doing a lot of remote management stuff. So that's cool. Sven says, hey DB, thanks for telling me to try AdGuard Home. My internet's never been cleaner, and now I can finally enjoy browsing without so annoying ads. You're officially my tech guru. Well, I'm glad that that my videos have been helpful. I really do appreciate knowing that. I really enjoy making these videos and finding these solutions and digging through a lot of these things because I find them interesting and I want to be able to share that interest with other people. So yeah, no, I'm really glad that these things are helpful for you and everybody else, of course, as well. Let's see. Oh wait, hold on. More stuff. We got some project updates here where Nanote, they've changed from Notar to Nanote. I dig that. I hate it when applications or whatever use the R end name there when they're not part of the R stack. Open Budgeteer has just become budgeting. That's cool. Let's see. Community content. My self-hosted ForgeGo runner setup demonstrating self-hosted ForgeGo runners using Docker and an LXC. Image, self-hosted Google Photos Go to Social empowers you to have your own home on the Fediverse with unique controls, enabling VNC on your Pi, outline knowledge deployment, guru computing blog, content spotlight, eigenfocus. We talked a little bit about eigenfocus last week or during a live stream last time. It's an all-in-one project management app for individuals and teams. What I've been watching, Irugo, building my ultimate CCTV setup from Cameron Gray, Proxmox swap and memory hack for home labs from Virtualization How To. Only 2 weeks to build the ultimate home lab from Hardware Haven. Put any container behind a VPN with HTTPS from Jim's Garage. Self-hosted SSL implementation with Nginx Proxy Manager from Lawrence System. And get started with Kubernetes, microcates, and Portainer setup sandbox with TechTalks. We were just talking about that in chat earlier. That's awesome. Use and to execute a second command only if the one concedes. I actually use that one a lot. I just set up Pangolin last weekend. It's amazing, but I still wish they could get multiple domain support fast. That's coming soon. I can say that. I know that they're working on multiple domain support via an email that they sent me late last week, I think. That is on its way, Bashir. So hang tight. It's coming. It is based on what they've told me. So yeah, I'm excited about that as well. I think that's one of the other things that's been holding me back without me even realizing it. But yeah, that is on its way. Hang tight. It's coming. Obsidian is now free for work. We were talking about that earlier. Open source maintainers are feeling the squeeze, overworked and under pressure and subjected to abuse. Is it really worth it? Sometimes I think about that because I very often I like to get in on projects when they're still very new, and there have been times where I realized I kind of messed up after the fact because I just hit this developer with 5 to 25,000 new hits on their GitHub repository, and people are going to have a lot to say about it, through issues and requests and things like that. So very often what I do these days is I'll be like, when I make a video, I'll get the video done because I don't want to write them an email and then be like, oh wait, never mind. So I get the video done and I get everything uploaded and I get the URLs and then I email the developer if I can. And I'm like, hey, look, I really dig what you're doing here. I made a video about your project on this channel. Here's the URL to my channel. Here's an introduction to me. Here's all of this stuff. And I was like, that video is going live tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock or on this day at 6 o'clock in the morning, GMT -7 or whatever, right? And I try to reach out to these developers ahead of time so that they have an idea of what's going on or what's about to happen or how their project just got hit real hard. In fact, Pangolin, the folks behind it's a couple of brothers building Pangolin, actually thanked me for that, and kind of the traction that our community has given them. So yeah, I try to not blindside people, the maintainers, with this because I know I have seen some of the comments in the issues and the requests and that sort of thing, and I've probably been guilty of it myself over the years, where I've left a kind of a snarky comment like, hey, this has been a request for 4 years now. There was one of those recently. Well, I say that there was a service that had this invite system built into it, that you could configure like an SMTP server and put in an email address and all of these things to invite users to the platform. And they show it as being a thing on their GitHub repository. But then when you deploy it, it's like you can go to that page, but you can't actually do anything. So I went to their GitHub repository and I did a search for that thing, and it had been like that for 4 years, where they had this invite system that was coming soon or in the works, but it had been coming soon or in the works for like 4 years. And people had been like commenting on it regularly, and I added to that list of like, dude, it's been 4 years. Either do it or don't. Either implement it or take it off or out of the application and off of the GitHub, because you're giving people false hope on this. And it only popped into my head because here recently I got an email because somebody else responded to it basically saying the same thing. Like, now it's been 5 years. And they've updated other parts of the project, but not this one thing that people really, 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 really want. And it's just, I don't know if they've lost faith in that aspect of the project or whatever. And I don't even remember what the project was. But yeah, I always try to let developers know when I'm about to release a video on their project, so that if they get inundated with, whether it's comments, requests, issues, stars, whatever, they know why, or they can anticipate an influx of traffic on their project, because I don't want them to experience this, with the feeling overworked and under pressure, that sort of thing. I don't want to be responsible for that in any kind of a negative way. So yeah, that's the self-host newsletter for last Friday, now that it's Wednesday. Jason Jenkins says, geez, I'm late. Dude, don't worry about it. We've only been here a couple of hours. Of course, I say that kind of sarcastically. And I also say that is because I'm about to wrap this up, I think, just because I can feel my sinuses in the back of my head starting to get irritated with me. The kid had a weird cough this morning, and I'm afraid that I'm going to get something here. But I can feel my throat, or the back of my soft pellet where the sinuses and everything connect. I can feel it. So yeah, that is the self-host newsletter this week. Again, this Saturday, I would love for you guys to be here. It's going to be at like probably 11 o'clock Saturday morning. Again, that's, if you're in the United States, it's Mountain Time. I'm south of Denver. I'm in Mountain Time. That's GMT -7 for now, I think. For the rest of the world, if you're not sure, just look up what time it is in Denver and do the math, because I don't know where you are. But probably be 10 o'clock. No, it'd probably be 11 o'clock. I don't know. I still got to figure it out. But I'll try to have something scheduled. I'll be putting out blasts on social media and that sort of thing while I'm working through some things over here. Cool. Glad to see that. I was really hoping to see something else as well. So anyway, I will try to keep people updated as far as when the live stream is going to happen Saturday. But like I've said several times over the past week or so, we're going to talk about TwinGate on Saturday, and I'm hoping to have at least one member of TwinGate available. I don't know if they're going to be on camera or on stream or whatever, or if they're going to be just in chat. I'm still working out the details on that. But that's the plan, is to have somebody... Oh, geez, excuse me. I swallowed that wrong, apparently. But my plan is to have somebody from TwinGate available in chat and that sort of thing. Wait, hold on. That's. I'd love to see a video on setting up SR IOV on Proxmox to use your IGP with multiple VMs. I don't know what SR IOV is. I gotta look that up. SR-IOV. Technology. Oh, that's interesting. Single root input output virtualization. That's an interesting idea. Share your details of your Twitch. It's just DBTechYT. Like here's. Oh, you're on YouTube. Yeah. Let me do this. There's Twitch. There was something up here. Can you not then show your time on the monitor behind you in the feeds? Oh, you mean like on the screen back over here? I maybe. Let's actually look. Let's see. Let's. Oh, wait, what is this? Somebody says hi. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, new follower. Oh, mob farmers following. Thanks, appreciate that. Um, I'm still not used to having this up here that I can that I can actually see. Let's go to my desk. Oh, let's do this. One nine. Yeah, let's. All right, so let's go to my desktop. This is Antheus. This is what I use to manage all of the stuff on that screen behind me. This is running on a Raspberry Pi, and has so it's basically it's like noon for me right now. It is 12 p.m. noon my time. I thought there was add an asset. I thought there was a integrations. I thought there was a thing in here that had a clock, 24-hour clock. No, that's not it. It's a backup. I don't want to do anything there. Show splash screen, schedule overview. Can I not? It's a previous asset. I thought there was a thing. Oh yeah, there it is. Clock management. There we go. Okay, so we've added the clock management. It's going to be on there for like 30 seconds. Let's go back to me so that I can see me over here. And then I can click next asset. And that's be sure to like and subscribe. And then it's Twitch. Oh, and that is wrong. It is not 7:05 here. Let's see, date format disabled, player time. Sorry, I'm looking over here, system info. Is there a way? That is GMT. So I'm definitely in -7. Integration schedule overview. Oh, can I edit here? Oh, here we go. Play for, that's fine. Duration start. Web page, play for. It doesn't let me change. Maybe that's what it is. I need to change the time on the Pi. But that's just it. Like, this is its own separate OS. Like, I created an Antheus USB. So the location on my Pi. Can I do that over here in settings? Player name, duration, HDMI, format disabled. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that and see how to do that here. Set the location on my Pi. What is that? DNS. Who? Oh, nice. Mob Farmer redeemed. It's always DNS on screen. Thank you. That's awesome. I didn't even know that was a thing. I was hoping I'd be able to change the settings here somewhere. Default duration, audio output, date format, month, day, year. Yeah, that's right. Authentication is disabled. Show splash screen, default assets. Why is it not letting me? It can be done in the terminal. All right. Well, then screw it. Let's do this. Let's try this, right? Let's do CMD. I don't even know if this is possible. Oops. Let me see if I can get logged in real quick. I'm gonna bring you back over to my dumb face for a minute. It's one thing the channel points can do. No, that's awesome. Here's the thing. I didn't get a notification up on my notifier up here. That's really weird. So let's do SSH root at port 22 failed. Let's see, Antheus SSH. Man. Yeah, okay, that's actually helpful. Duke Seb, no worries, man. I don't know how much longer we're going to be here. The Antheus setup on default pages won't let you edit the included pages, right? So I got to figure out how to SSH port. I don't know what I'm trying to find the port here. I don't know if it's going to let me do it this way, because I feel like because I did that. Okay, but I want. Sorry, I'm looking here. Just trying to figure out what. It's a VPN port. Yeah. Oh, okay. The SSH port is that. Okay. I'm going to try this. I don't remember. So we'll do that, and we'll do -p, and then we'll paste that in. Yes. Okay. Permission denied. So let's try this. Nope. Interesting. I may have to just like manually figure that out, because that's super unfortunate. I don't know how to get into that. Great. SSH. Oh, okay. Well, let's do this. That's the way they say to do it, but even that didn't work. SSH port 22 on that. Expected a Docker command to be available. Are you sure want permanently added? Permission denied public. I didn't change anything in there. Huh. I'll have to dig into that, because I don't necessarily hate the idea of that being up there, at least while we're doing live streams for the time. But port then IP, does it matter? I didn't think it mattered. I guess we'll try it this way then. But other things have happened, right? So like that. Yeah, permission denied public key. Oh, because it's trying to use my username for that. So what does Antheus have? SSH port user enable Antheus. The port is usually specified per the last field. Yeah, like I've always done it like IP and then port, and it's always worked for me. I know that there are exceptions to that, but I got to figure out how to enable SSH key with key authentication. Ask users if they want that SSH. Yeah, if you want, you need to do this. You need to do a manual installation. Oh. Interesting. I'll have to figure that out, because there's got to be. Antheus is installed in Docker with their Pi image. Right, but I can't SSH into Antheus for some reason. It's not letting me do that. And I've got authentication turned off. It's player name, system control, shutdown, backup, save settings. Integrations, supervisor app name. Was there a thing for authentication? Player name, file assets. I thought there was something in here. Authentication, basic. Let me see here. Okay, let's try this. And if I have to, we'll log back in. Let's see. Now let's see if this does anything. dbtech at. Nope, still denied. Default user Pi, maybe? Maybe? Oops. Yeah, permission denied. Yeah, like I can't even get SSH'd into the device to do anything, and that's what I'm trying to do here, is just get connected to the device via SSH. We got the port part figured out, which was 22.22.2. I've tried, but it keeps giving me permission to deny public key on that, right? That's all correct. I've tried my username that I just added. We've tried Pi, we've tried root. We've tried the port before and the port after. I've added authentication to this. It doesn't want me to be able to SSH into this, and this thing made an update to the install script, which is used for that. That was not helpful. Is the dog okay? That's not helpful. I cheat used Eggshell because it stores all my previous. Maybe SSH isn't enabled when it was set up. I'm wondering that as well. What I may do is figures. What I may do is download all of this and just do a reinstall on it, just so that I can do that, because I do want to make sure that that I can change that. 24-hour clock doesn't help. That's so weird. Anyway, it's whatever, right? It's fine. We'll save settings. Oh, right. I have to do that first. I have to turn that off and then put in my password and click save. All right. So yeah, maybe I'll do that at some point. Again, it only really seems to matter in this one particular case for live streams, so that you guys can see the offset. But based on what I saw, again, I kind of wish for asset type clockly. Oh, you know what? Here's what I can do. I can do this differently. I've way overcomplicated this, right? I can jump through until I find this. Should be this one. Yeah, there's the clock, which is still 7 hours ahead, but online clock. Clock. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see. Let me see if this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an asset. I'm going to put in this URL. We're going to skip that. We're going to say save, right? And then we're going to add this, but I want to turn that off. So I'm just making a change here. We're going to say like 30 seconds and save. All right. So then we're going to go next asset, next asset, next asset. One more after this. That's Patreon. Ooh, that's no good. What is it doing there? That's strange. Maybe it's because I told it to do the asset check or to skip the asset check. And you can't edit that. Yeah, that might be an idea too, Mr. Grey Wolf. Live, the joys of home labbing. Yeah, puzzle time. Kinda, yeah. Okay, let's delete this. Let's do that again. Let's rebuild it. We'll come back over here just so you can see what I'm doing. Oops, nope, delete. So there's this online clock here, right? So I'm going to set, it's vclock.com. We'll come back to Antheus. We're going to add an asset. We're going to paste that. Before I told it to do a skip asset check, and that didn't work. So we're going to add that, and we're going to set it for like 30 seconds. Oh, maybe, I bet I don't have, no one's got an IP address because I'm looking at it. Sorry, I had a moment where I was like, oh, well, maybe it's this, and it absolutely can't be that. Patreon, thank you. Twitch, what is this? More of the same. Online clock, what is, oops. Oh, that was the previous one that I wanted. We don't want to do that. That was fine, but until it wasn't. Oops. Online clock. GMT. No. -7. I want this, but I want minus, not plus. Okay, let's try this. Maybe this will give us an idea. Okay, so vClock, we're going to delete again. Oh, Hill Phantom, thank you for that. That's super, super nice of you. Thank you for the donation. Glad you stopped by to say hi. Super nice. Thank you. We're going to add an asset here. We're going to go back to my desktop just again so you guys can see it. So time.is and then GMT -7. Click save. GMT -7. We're going to do this. We're going to click edit. We're going to make it 30 seconds. We're going to click save. We're going to come back to me. Oh, geez. Next asset. Like and subscribe. This should be Twitch again, maybe. Why? Oh. Well, I mean, it did it. Let's screw with this for a minute, right? Like, it did it, but not in a way that's super helpful for me, unfortunately. Can't change the layout. Man, okay, well, I feel like we're getting somewhere here. Let's do this. We do this. I want to do... No, that's not going to work. I want a big clock. Let's see here. GMT. Oh, hey, this might work. That looks promising. So we're going to come back to Antheus. We're going to delete GMT -7. We're going to add an asset. We're going to paste that in there. We're going to click save. We're going to do this and edit this again to like, oops, to like 30 seconds and click save and then click click to me. Next asset. We all want a big clock. Ain't that the truth? Twitch. Hey, there it is. Like, I think that'll work. And I'm pretty sure that will be, I'm pretty sure that'll work. Nice. Well, then we'll just turn these on for live streams. I don't necessarily want it when I'm making videos or whatever, but what's nice about this is that I can, we can do that. We can come back to Antheus, and I can just like toggle that off, and then it just goes away back there. So maybe we can do that. The clock is function. That is correct. So super stoked about that. That's awesome. Well, cool. I'm glad we did that without having to like reinstall everything. Don't know why I didn't think about that. We demand custom colors on the clock, right? Yeah, that's another day. That's another time. So yeah, that I'm glad we got that sorted. I'm glad I got to hang out with you guys for a bit today. This has kind of helped me clear my brain. You guys are super. You're super helpful for that kind of thing. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and kind of going through some of this stuff and offering suggestions and that sort of thing. Again, I feel like I'm going to have to start doing some Twitch only live streams here periodically. Again, I don't necessarily want to do that, but for some of the things I want to cover, I'm just afraid that YouTube is gonna have a poopy diaper about it. So, hey, Jason, thank you for that. If you guys want to hit the like button, that'd be awesome. Hold on. Yeah, what's up? Oh, I was actually just getting ready to wrap up, but thank you.
Sorry, I'm a little slow in my game.
Oh, no worries. She brought me tea, and it's really hot. Thank you. But thank you guys for like hanging out with me, helping me clear my head a little, and kind of chatting through some of this. It's been super nice to be able to do that. Yeah. So 11, is that right? That can't be right. What was this? New members. 31 likes. Okay, I was reading that wrong. Holy crap! 31 new likes, 11 new members. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. You guys don't have to do the financial support stuff, but I really appreciate that you do. It genuinely helps me out, helps the family out, that sort of thing. So, yeah, no, super appreciate you on both platforms, honestly. But yeah, I think with that said, I am going to wrap this up. There's some stuff I want to do. I've got like an hour before I got to go pick up the kid. Today's Wednesday, right? How do you find out Twitch only streams? I don't know how to work Twitch. Here's the thing, like if you just want to watch over on Twitch, like you don't have to be like logged in or anything to watch on Twitch. If you want to watch over on Twitch, even if you're not even if you don't have a channel there an account there, that's fine. You can just go there, and you can just watch that sort of thing. So I don't know when that's going to happen. I genuinely don't. I don't know. It probably will at some point. I'm just not 100% sure as to when. But there are definitely some things I want to cover that I don't want YouTube to poop itself about. Colin's just right. It will also be posted in Discord. If you could throw up a link for that, that'd be cool. Thank you. You're a mind reader. Yeah, I'll figure out something to let people over here know as well. Because what's nice about about this is that, and look, here's the thing. It's gonna piss people off either way, right? But just so you guys are aware, if I come to my desktop, hey, look, it's me, in there. So right, if we look right, gosh, you guys might not even be able to see that. I don't even know. Let me come over to here. Because I can't see what you guys see the way you see it unless I come over to here. Let me come over to here and take a look. Make sure that volume's all the way down. Okay, yeah, you can see it, hopefully. So we've got two outputs going right here. We've got one for Twitch, and we've got one for YouTube. And I can toggle these on and off at will. So what I may do is just a quick little... I'll start on both, and I'll have a screen that says, hey, like, going live, Twitch only, here's the link. I'll put it in the description, whatever. I'll figure something out for that. But the nice thing about it is I can toggle these on and off, I think, just on the fly as I need to. So that's probably what I'll do. I think that's a really good idea. I'll start with a double, and I'll kill off YouTube once we get into that, and we can come back and do that. So great idea. Appreciate that. But yeah, I think that's the plan. I don't know when I'm going to get to it because there are some things I'd love to cover. Just got to be careful about where, and even this is risking Twitch because I don't know. I don't know what Twitch is going to allow, but based on what I've seen them allow, we should be fine. As long as I'm deliberately careful about certain things. So, yeah, I think that's me for the day, guys. We've been going for about 2.5 hours, and this has been a lot of fun, and it's really helped my brain. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Again, thank you to everybody who joined. Thank you to the new members, the new subscribers, the people who donated memberships, and people who donated money, and people who are following and subscribing, and that. It all means the world to me. So thank you very much for all of that. But I'm going to go, again, Saturday morning, GMT -7 or Mountain Time, depending on where you are. I'm going to be doing a live stream about TwinGate. We're going to chat about that and get it installed. So, yep, that's it. I will talk to you guys here again really, really soon. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and talk to you Saturday.